Hey everybody, we'll get started in a second. We'll just wait for other people to jump on. Welcome to Danielle's time slot. Actually, tonight it's 6 p.m. I'm filling in for Danielle. She's unable to, let me just turn down the music, sorry. Okay. So, okay. So, okay, 1 second. How's everyone today? Who's from Sydney? I hope you're all keeping safe and you know, just lying low with all the goings on with COVID right now. And for the moms, what are your plans for school holidays? We've got school holidays coming up, so let me know who's a mom. So tonight Danielle is unable to jump on, so I'm filling in for her. And I know you guys enjoy these time slots so much, and I wasn't really sure what we're going to do, but I find that one of the things that really goes out the window when things are so full on is that our self-care. We forget who we are. We forget, excuse me, I've just got a visitor. Yes. So bear with me. We forget who we are. That's my daughter. She needs her phone charger. Say hello. All right, it's in my, actually it's in the kitchen. Yeah. That's my daughter. Okay. She needs her phone charger. So all right, sorry peeps. Okay, so what really goes out the window is the self-care. Because we are so busy, we wear so many hats, so we forget who we are, and we forget our divine selves. So some of you have already you know, been with me in the Atomic Self-Love on Sunday nights, and we do a lot of divine affirmations, divine woman affirmation, and I'm gonna do it tonight with you here, especially those who are who love yeah, card readings. So we're gonna do card readings, but we're gonna do divine feminine affirmations tonight. And say hello. Hey Carrie, nice to see you. Marilyn, Marianne, how are you? So let me actually go back to Marianne, how are you? So I can hear myself, bear with me. Technology is not playing with me tonight. I can hear myself, bear with me. Okay. I think I'm back. Okay. All right, ladies, I think I'm back. Take two. All right, ladies, I think I'm okay. Here we go. Sorry about that. The computer just like turned right off. Bear with me. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. All right, well, thank you for those who stuck around. I had to actually take my jumper off. It got a little bit stuffy in here. So let's begin. Okay, let's just reset. Let's light some sage and let's just, let's reset. As I was saying, I find that leading up to the school holidays, there's so much that you want to just get done, and then there's so much you want to do with the children, and then there's partners, there's things to do, business and your job. We lose contact from our inner selves. So tonight I want to take this hour with you, which has been generously given to me by Danielle, to remind myself and to remind yourselves of who you really are using divine feminine affirmations. And I wore that because I've actually not washed my hair for 3 days now. So that's really just to camouflage the fact that it needs washing tonight. So I hope that you can hear me clear. Please give me a loud and clear comment so that I know that I am not actually just talking to myself here. Loud and clear, please, if you could let me know. And I'm going to begin from Lower Lou. And I've got Raylene, how are you? Amber, Marianne, Jackie, and so Carrie said hello again, so I hope I'm loud and clear. And yeah, so I'm waiting for a loud and clear. It could be me. Let's get this show started. Hang on, let's second. See if I can see it from here. Okay. Still not getting a loud and clear comment. So okay, loud and clear by Carrie and Amber. We can hear you. All right, lovelies. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Let's begin from the top. I've got Laura Lou. And let me know what you are mainly. I'd love to know in the comments as I read the cards for you. Is that what do you struggle with when it comes to school holidays as a woman? I mean, if you're not a mom, that's fine. But you are also involved in the school holidays. You go out and everything's so busy and traffic is just it's next level. And so in some ways, even if you don't have children, school holidays affect you. So I would like to know how this changes your vibration and how you handle it as a woman with all the Mercury retrograde, the full moon happening tomorrow early in the morning, and our cycles in our what do you call it, ovarian cycles. How do you manage and how do you feel the shift? I'd love to know in the comments, because that's even to just be able to identify that and be self-aware of that and verbalize it is indeed an energetic healing, because once you verbalize it, the awareness just goes next level. And awareness is like a window to your higher self, and this window sometimes you might have a friend of mine said to me last night, sometimes the window might have the black drapes on and sometimes it's wide open to the higher self. But the fact that you have the awareness, and let's take the time tonight to think about, how am I affected by seasonal changes? And let's just use the school holidays, for example, and let's increase awareness. Let's widen our window to our higher self. I'd love to hear. So Laura Lou, I am going to actually pick out a card for you now. So looking at your photo there, which is very small, it's got a red background, which is beautiful. I love red. Very grounding. So that's your root chakra. All right. So Laura Lou, for you, I've got a divine feminine affirmation tonight. What's coming up is Ooh, Sappho. So this woman here, it has been canonized as someone who's really she's like a deity, but before she became a deity she was frowned upon. She was a poet, and what she did with her poems, she used them into songs as well, but most of her songs and her poems were dedicated to women. She celebrated especially bodies of women, and just how women are, and how appropriate is this for what I've just been mentioning about our shifts and our vibration as women, as parents, with our cycles, and how are we being in school holidays, whether or not we have children, because we are affected by those types of environmental changes. But this lady here, she was really into celebrating womanhood through her poems and her songs, and it was frowned upon at first, but then later on it was recognized to be something quite divine, because it allowed women to be in touch with their femininity. And for you, Laura Lou, it's about it's a question of, are you divining yourself enough as a woman? Are you loving the 3D body that you have been gifted with? Are you taking enough baths with a salt bath, or are you enjoying massages? Or if not, are you moving your body? So this is about really celebrating womanhood, celebrating being a lady, and being one, and being in touch with your physical 3D body, and just using that as a vessel to attract the energy that you want, the vibration that you want to be in, so you can manifest that life purpose that you are called for, that you are working towards. And so Sappho is a beautiful affirmation, because it gives you that permission to just be a woman. Like, don't even worry about and community with women as well, because once you start accepting fully yourself for what you are and who you are, you attract women who also resonate with that kind of energy, who also want to uplift their own energy, and you become someone who's kind of like you've got like this divine feminine ministry. Like, let's all celebrate one another, whether that's you going to go out dancing, or you're going to go out doing some karaoke, or you're just going to have like a Zoom, a virtual wine Zoom, and just talk about girl stuff. And so that's an encouragement. I don't know what you do or how you're going to spend the next couple of weeks when it's really busy out there because of the school holidays, but I'd love for you to just tonight maybe think about, plan out one day next week, 2 days for the next couple of weeks, how you're going to celebrate your body and that divine soul, divine womanhood soul. So let me know how that lands for you, Laura Lou. So I'm also just having a delay in the comments again. So just keep them coming, ladies, because even though you've put them on, I have a delay. So I can't really see it in good real time. It's more like in real delay time. But I've got the next one is Raylene. Hey, Raylene, I've not met you before. How are you? Looking at your photo. It's a photo of a tree, I think. Yeah, okay. So just want to tell you this story. I had a shamanic journey in January with one of my spiritual gurus. This is in Malambimbi, and I journeyed to the other side, and I actually met my spiritual mother, my ethereal mother. And for those of you who were not familiar with my story, I'm an author as well. I wrote the book Become the Woman of Your Dreams, which is back there. And it's all about the pain that initiated me to the spiritual world, which was the abandonment when I was 6 or 5 years old. And so in this journey that I had in January this year, I was made to understand that I've never really belonged to my beautiful biological mother. The reason that I had all those negative experiences is so that I know what my calling would be, but I had a real spiritual ethereal mother. But anyway, the reason I'm telling this story is because Raylene has a profile photo of a tree, But my ethereal mother, at the end of the session, I asked her, how will I connect with you when I want to be connected to you? And her answer was that go find a big tree with roots so deep down into the earth, facing a bright moon. And that vivid image, as I was under in that dimension, I was just like, it just made so much sense. So I'm looking at Raylene's profile photo, and I'm just so connected. So yeah. And I think it is a tree. It's very small. My phone is only an iPhone 10. So okay. So Raylene, the affirmation for you, and it is jumping out. Wow, it's Parvati. So Parvati is she's actually quite powerful. She is a Hindu goddess, obviously, but she's all about a love that does not leave. So how I resonate with this is, when your children, I'm a mother and I have a lot of mother stories, but when your children come to a point where they don't want to know anything about you, especially when they turn the age of 12 and above, they have their own life. And it's such a shock because from the age birth to 12, you're everything that they have in their life. You're their world, and you do everything and give everything to them. And the next thing, they're independent. They don't need you or want you anymore. They're very social and they have their own mind. And so there is a lot of us moms, we have a tendency to feel that we are separate from our children, that they are detaching from us. And there is this illusion of separateness. Now, Parvati, Raylene, I'm not sure if you're a mom, but if you're not a mom, this would be, this message is about people in your life, or women, or it could be men or women that are, that are really trying to assert their independence and their own sovereignty from, say, your nurturing, sovereignty from your care. And so just to remind you that just because someone wants to exercise their sovereignty or independence from you, don't get caught up in the illusion that they are separate from you. This is a card. This is a goddess that reminds you that your love is like a mountain. It does not move. And the more that you feel the love that you have for yourself and for others, the mountain becomes stronger. It's an unshakable love, and that we are all one. So for example, my children, when they started to become teenagers, I really had to learn that so two sides of the story is that one side is that I had to let go of the illusion that I own my children, that my children are mine. I've never really owned them. They just went through me so that I can be a vessel for their growth. But having said that, just because they're becoming independent doesn't mean that they are away and detached and separate from me. Because of my love that does not move, my love that is unshakable, everything is one. So Raylene, it's a great reminder to be to affirm the love that you have for other people, even though they don't bring it back to you and say, I'm grateful, thank you for all your love and care. It doesn't mean that they don't recognize that, or they don't know that, or they're not appreciative of that. Have the trust that your love, that's like a mountain, that's unshakable, is always going to be something that they're going to come back to as, as a shelter when they need you. When things are not going so well for them, they will come running back to you because your love is unshakable. And the only way that this is going to, be something that is really clear to everyone is for you to maintain that security for everyone, that it's okay. You don't have to call me every day if you've got your own life, but I'm here and I love you, and whatever happens, I'm a phone call away. And we already know this as moms, but sometimes we get caught up in our little selves, and we feel like, oh, like they don't need me anymore. So it's a reminder that you are the bomb. Basically, that's what it is. You are the bomb. You're irreplaceable, unshakable, and you are the bomb. So yeah, love your card. So Amber, we will move on to you. By the way, ladies, there is a link above this video. I think it's still working because even though I got interrupted. So click on that link for those of you who haven't clicked that link before. And what it gives you is free downloads. So one is a visualization meditation affirmation, and the other is a PDF download of 7 habits to happiness. So yeah, I just love sharing some of my knowledge that I've really gotten through the healing process that I've had and the healing process of other people that I've helped. And so this is a mini compilation, the 7 habits to happiness. And the other one is a meditation guide, which is very short, 12 minutes or so. So it's a free download. Go ahead and click on the link, and I will get that sent to you very, very soon. So now let's go to Amber, I think. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for some comments. Let me just have a look again. Okay, so Norma, if you're still here, I will come back to you. I see now that you're the first one who actually requested for a reading. It's because technology is a little bit not really my 100% forte. And I think that's very common for many of us, especially Facebook. It's got so many changes happening all the time. So Amber, this is for you. Wow. It's actually, wow, Miao Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Mercy, compassion, forgiveness, and being able to hold your own power. So those are the words that are really stand out for this divine woman here. So yeah, so Miao Shan, if you see the white tiger there, so what's happened to her was she was disowned by her dad, and for a long time they weren't together. But when her dad was dying, and in his and even though she was disowned, in his deathbed, she came back to him to forgive him and to heal him. So she did not just forgive him, but because of her spiritual power, she healed her father. And so the white tiger depicts the fact that even though you are humble and humility is key, it doesn't mean that you are weak. In fact, humility, forgiveness, compassion is true power, as what this one is saying. So Amber, for you, I feel so much that there's it's time, it's a calling to think about, especially we've got it's full moon now, it's happening, but for us in Australia, well, Sydney time, it's actually like about 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. It's the best time to write down a list of forgiveness, or forgiveness list. Who do you need to forgive, whether that's yourself, whether that's people in the past that have caused you a lot of grief. Like, write down, who do I need to forgive so that I can be free? It's not so much to forgive them for their own sake. It's never about them. Forgiveness is always about us. So think about, how can I be more free? How can life be so much more vivid for me and alive and joyful and just amazing. And one of the biggest keys is the forgiveness, the compassion, the humility, and just owning that real true power that it's not like they have done wrong for you or you've done wrong for yourself. You have done your best at the time you were doing it, and they did their best at the time they were doing it. And forgiveness is going to free you up. So it's such a great time. This is not just for Amber here, it's for everyone. Forgiveness list, because it's a full moon tomorrow. Love for you to seriously consider that in your journaling practice tonight, or in the morning, or over the weekend. Just have that yeah, just sit with it and just really immerse into the, who do I need to forgive? At least 3 people, or 3 incidents where you've felt that you've really done yourself wrong, or something really wrong happened. So forgive and just be more free. Own that power, baby. So we're gonna go back up to Norma, because she did ask for the first card. Norma Turner. I hope you're still here. How are you? Okay, so Norma. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So it's going inwards. So Teresa of Avila, from, as she's a saint from Italy. So Norma, if you're still here, your card is actually urging you to do some self introspection. It's about finding the truth from within, and it's that real it's that real presence of love. So what are the questions that you have right now? And so how long have you been looking for the answers is probably a more curious question from me. And where have you been looking for the answers from? Have you been researching online? Have you been asking friends or family? Have you been praying for it? Have you actually consulted some, I don't know, experts? How have you been looking for the answers in the immediate past or even in the year 2021? Self-introspection now is leading you to realize that every answer to every question that you have is always within you, and it's tuning into that internal power. So for those of you who are here still, because this is the card that came up for Norma here, and I don't know if Norma's still here. This is self-introspection. I want to so I just want to, I guess, really encourage you, for those of you who are practicing meditation and sort of on and off or does not understand meditation yet. Well, let's just say meditation can be replaced by any kind of word: stillness, breath work, prayer. But there's a cool thing that I recently learned about how sometimes when we visualize something and when we aim for something or when we ask a question, the reason, a lot of times, the reason that why we can't get the answer to what we want, whether the answer is an idea, a knowledge, or an actual physical acquisition, is because there is no head and heart coherence. And so what I learned is that there is actually a scientific way that we can put the head and the heart to be coherent and really have work together so that it can exude that electromagnetic field that we need, so that we can vibrate to the level that the universe need us to vibrate, so we can manifest what we want. And here's that thing that I learned, is that inside our pineal gland is a 20 microns of calcite. So for example, this is a calcite. So 20 microns is probably like tiny, like you can't even see it. It's in our pineal gland, and it's got a characteristic called piezoelectricity, which means that if you apply mechanical pressure to it, theoretically it's going to release electromagnetic field, which is impossible because it's in the skull. We can't do that. However, the way that we can apply mechanical pressure to that calcite crystal in the pineal gland is through breathing in and breathing out, because there's something in our at the bottom of our tailbone here that expands and contracts when we breathe in and breathe out. We call it meditation, call it bandha if you do yoga. And as you do that more often, it pushes energy up to the pineal gland, which then transduces electromagnetic field and into your heart. And the next thing, you feel so good. And so whatever it is you are visualizing is becoming aligned to your heart. And so I would encourage you. So Norma, self-introspection, yeah, throw some bandhas into it, like breath work, like inhale, exhale, and visualize what your question is and what you want, and the answer will be inside of you. Just if you do that. So that will be so cool. Like, I mean, don't expect it to come in 1 minute, but if you find that you enjoy this process, because it's actually quite beautiful experience just being present. You might do this for a week, a couple of weeks. If you let go of expectations, it might pop up next month or whatever. But the idea is to just have that feel good electromagnetic field, just circulating between brain and heart coherence. So yeah, exciting for you actually, Norma. So hope you're still listening to this one, because that was like a while back and I also got cut out. So, but anyway, for if Norma's not here, for those of you who've heard that, that's also for you. So let us now go back down to, so I think that I have, so let's go to, oh, sorry. Marianne, I'm hugely affected by seasonal changes, particularly the extreme heat and extreme cold. Yeah. It's a tricky balance, isn't it? Like, I don't know, do you live in Melbourne, Marianne, or I'm not sure where you live, but it really is. Oh, wow, Joan of Arc. So Marianne, this is for you. So Joan of Arc, well, she was 14 when she died, and she was canonized as a saint by the time she was 34. She's been long dead. Her story was that at the age of 14, she had a vision from one of the archangels to say that she has been assigned and called to defend her tribe from oppression and from being invaded. And so she gathered her tribe to support her, and they did support her, and they won that battle. But she was assassinated for all that effort because of her powers. And 20 years later on, her mother actually resubmitted her case to a real court. This is back in the, I don't know, 1500 or so, I can't even remember the year. And they because of a lot of testimonials for exactly what she did, she was canonized. She's become a saint. So it's about bravery. It's about letting go of any ego belief system that you cannot do something just because you're a particular age or particular race or particular this or particular that. Like you might, there might be an idea in your heart. Now I'm saying heart, like there might be something in your heart that you really want to do, but because your mind had been programmed to say, you can't do that because you are not this. So that card is reminding you this does not matter. When it comes to what your heart wants, this one is just zip. Like this is supposed to be a slave to the heart, right? So we use the brain for what the heart wants. That's ideally how we will be able to really go into unity consciousness. However, we are at a certain age of the universe where we've still got long way to go before we graduate into full unity consciousness. And we've got a lot of belief systems that we've learned over the few hundred years. And so my question to you, Marianne, is what are you passionate about that you have been quietly saying to yourself that maybe that's not for me? Or someone had been, I don't know, subtly influencing you to think that maybe it's not for you. They could be saying it's too late, it's too hard, it's a little bit too this, too that. So it's an invitation for you to let that go, because what else would you do? I mean, you find that if you keep suppressing what your heart wants, you find yourself 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now in the same spot, thinking that I still have this desire and I haven't done anything about it. So whether that's now or 30 years from now, that's completely up to you. But you are being guided to have the full faith, because this is the beautiful time. So I hope that's giving you some value. And I'm just going now back down to Bea. Bea Mratsikova. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bea Mratsikova. Okay, with the blue butterfly and the red flowers and the double love heart and the and the sparkly. Okay, so Bea, I'm just channeling with your picture. Your third eye opening in your picture. And Bea, your card tonight is Woo. So if this is not the card of all cards, I don't know what is. I hope you're still tuning in, Bea, because this is big. So Mary Magdalene is the bridge between heaven and earth. So she is one of the, I don't know, one of the most powerful disciples of Jesus Christ, because even she refused to be, to be to be completely obedient to Jesus Christ. Like she was there for him, and she was she all her love and support was there for Jesus, but also just as much she believed in herself and in her own ministry and in her own, you know, in her own tasks and endeavors, and she never let anyone tell her what to do. And so she was a bit of a mysterious one, because some people hated her and some people loved her. And at the end of the day, she's one of the most powerful disciples for Jesus Christ, because she actually embodied that you can that the heaven and earth is here. It's not something that you aspire to go into heaven, or you try and prevent yourself to go into hell. It's all here. It's really up to you. You are an entirety. So this is the cosmic egg, which is so this is the cosmic egg, and if you can see that she is wrapped in a cosmic egg, and she truly is the divine, the full embodiment of the divine feminine. And for those of you who are feeling overwhelmed, so not just for Bea, but for it, when you feel overwhelmed a lot, I'd love for you to just try, you know, try a protection meditation using the cosmic womb. So when you're sitting down in your meditation, you know, imagine, you know, a sphere of light coming from the universe and into you, and focus it to your heart, and just spread that pink color of love all around you, going around you as an egg, and just really vibrating, and sit with that, and just do an affirmation, something like I am love, I am loved, you know, I am protected, I am divine. And yeah, so it's a great protection meditation, and it is energetically powerful. So Bea, for you, I guess the question is this, because you've got Mary Magdalene here, is you have some special powers that have you accessed them? Are you owning them? If not, why not? Is there something holding you back from being fully you and from really expressing what you're capable to manifest? Is there some kind of a doubt there? Is there some kind of a blockage that is caused by an outward force? So yes, just go inside of yourself and realize that everything is here now. So it's up to you which one you're going to pull out from your own power and live with and manifest and show the world, because it's a beautiful card. So I hope that's giving you some insight. Okay, so Jackie Walker. Norma says, thank you. You are welcome. I'm glad that you were still here to tune in. So Jackie, your card is so that was pretty strong. Freya is, I think, the goddess of discernment. Let me have a look. Yeah, she is. So Freya is the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. And so this is a goddess who's telling you to only ever say yes if it's a holy hell yes. Like, just really makes you jump out of your skin. So, you know, those time wasters that, you know, where you compromise your time, you compromise your energy, you compromise your effort, because you are kind of like hesitating that you don't want to offend people, or you're not sure if something might come out of it, and then more often than not, nothing comes out of it, and you've been left feeling deflated and over exhausted and overextended. So Freya is here to remind you, Jackie, that you are a goddess of discernment. Within you is the power to actually know, the intuition to know that something is worth it and something has to be let go, and that opportunity belongs to someone else. So it's the power to say yes, as in holy hell yes. And so I don't know, let's start with small things. Like it could be with your husband, you don't feel like sleeping with him tonight, and he just, and you give in because I don't know. So it's got to be a yes, I want to, not like okay, let's do it. So that's something small. A big one would be if you have a value that's being compromised at work, you have to voice that out. Because when you compromise a value, even though you might get away with it for the next 6 months, it will creep up and catch up on you, and you will pay a price for it. You will always pay a price when you compromise a value, when you compromise a special energy, when you compromise time, and knowing that there's nothing there that fills you up. So be the Freya, the divine goddess of discernment, and learn to say no, and listen to the holy hell yes, which is coming from your intuition, never from the mind. The mind is always going to ask you, okay, so if we do that, then how? Or but why would we do? There's always that analytical. When you pick up anything analytical, that's mind. So just let that go. It's got to be from the guts that says, oh my goodness, yes, let's do it. Yeah. So I think you know that. I have a feeling, Jackie. So I think you've been there a lot. So this card wouldn't have come up. I think it's a reminder more than a teaching. So Wendy Naval with the glittery photo. Beautiful. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Wendy. It says you're a sharer. So I don't know if you shared my video or someone else's, but thank you for sharing the love. That's amazing. Okay, so your card is actually, it's very mysterious. It's Wendy, wow. Oh my goodness. So this is very strong. This is the same card as Jackie. So Wendy, I don't know if you're still here. And of all that shuffling, Freya's come back again. So this card is not just Jackie's. It's a collective energy. It is actually coming out for all of us, and perhaps more so for me as well. So again, I'm just gonna iterate. Let's all be goddesses of discernment. Say no because it is appropriate, and yes because it's from the gut. It's the hell yes, holy hell yes. Being able to discern, because we are worth it. We're not here to it's not our job to make people happy, just as it's not other people's job to make us happy. And so we make decisions because our gut tells us that it is in alignment with our higher self. And yeah, so that card is also for you, Wendy. Now, what I will do, and I normally do this when the collective card is always coming up, is I'll pull another one out for you, to see if there's an individual energy that's for you. And there's one jumping out. I don't know if it's going to be Freya again. And this is Queen Esther. Ooh. So interesting card for you, Wendy. So Queen Esther is the goddess that actually reminds you that you can use your ego for good. So it's it's allowing you to be able to see that there are belief systems that you hold, values that you hold, that's going to be in of service to your life and to other people's lives. So I'll just read the affirmation there. Queen Esther is the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So ego is usually the mind. It's really, what you believe you are, who you believe you are. Like, I am Asian, I am a woman, I am a mother, I am a business owner, I am a healer, I am an author, so I am short, I am curly haired, I don't know, I am brown skin. So that's all like self-ego beliefs. Like, and it could go worse or it could go better. By worse, I could say something like, I'm not a good cook, or I'm such a, just negative stuff like that. It's not true, by the way. I cook well. Or you want to be Queen Esther, where you're going to amplify your ego beliefs in service of your soul and in service of other people's souls. So for example, so Wendy, I'm not sure what you do, but one of the ways that you can really amplify and use your ego to serve your soul and serve others is use your gift to teach others what you're really good at doing. So if you're good at cooking, perhaps open a YouTube channel and show people how you cook stuff, because that is in service of people's souls. And people out there, cooking is such a joyful experience, and they're always looking for new recipes, and they're always wanting to know how other people do things. So if you're good at singing, sing and let people hear your voice, because that just soothes other people's hearts. You never know who's going to scroll on their screen and listen to you, and you never know whose life you're going to change by just one song. So use your ego self to serve other people. What are you good at doing? What are you might be good at dog walking. So do that. I don't know. Yeah. So alrighty. So let us know. So Bea is from London. I would have yeah. So your last name was it sounded a bit like Greek. So yeah, in Europe anyway. So so Deborah says clear. Marian says thank you so much. And Ray Louise says, and that was beautiful. Well, thank you. And so Marian says, I love Malambimbi. Yeah, where are you from, Marian? It's so cool. Hey, like I live about 45 minutes or 50 minutes or almost an hour from Malam, north of Malam. And you go down there and just the vibe is just next level spiritual. I don't know what it is. It's just people are so relaxed and just so in touch with themselves. It's just they're just so grounded, and yet they're almost ethereal. Like there's just this mystery about them. So I just love Malam as well, and Byron Bay and all those places near me. So let's so I'm gonna just refresh my screen because I can't see any more requests for readings. So Laura Lou, I don't know if I've actually, yeah, I've done a reading for you, Bea. I have Marianne and Sharon Thomas. Okay. Okay, so Sharon, your card is, ooh. So Lalita is the goddess of playfulness. Let me just read that. So Lalita is the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So when she was young, because she was always in blissful states and always happy, people thought she was a little bit loony. But that's usually when you are different from most people. And by most people, we are all like always trying to get somewhere. We're always pressured, and we're always aiming to do something or to have something. She was quite the opposite. She would just be and just have that joy and just exist and be happy. And so because she was so different, she was before she was revered, she was first frowned upon. But she is obviously now a goddess. And so it's a reminder for you, Sharon, to use playfulness to get the most out of life. So it's almost like getting out the boring away from yourself, because we can get, even though we're not boring for other people, we can get really boring to ourselves because we're so efficient. And so this is not to please other people with your playfulness. This is actually to enjoy your own playfulness. It could be that no one's watching and you're dancing in your lounge room, or it could be that you're in your bathroom by yourself and I don't know, you're playing makeup or making faces or just so it's more to fill you up, because when you use playfulness, being you and enjoying just being you, it becomes contagious and people can feel the energy, and you don't even have to say or do anything. They will just navigate towards you and they want to hang around with you for reasons that are not known to anyone. This is so true. Like if you're, I don't know, if you work in an office, used to work in corporate back in the day, but there's always someone in the office that people seem to navigate towards for no particular reason at all. They always have people around them because there's such a joy to be with. They're so light. They joke around, they smile, they don't take things seriously. They don't take themselves seriously. And in effect, everyone wants to hang around that kind of energy. And they don't necessarily care to please anyone. They're just that way. And so this is a reminder, not just for you, Sharon, but for me and for everyone, is to just to use that playfulness and make life beautiful from the inside to outside. That's beautiful. I'm thinking about how can I be more playful? Yeah. I guess it's really just, for me, playfulness is like dancing while cooking, singing while cooking, and just enjoying that moment. So yeah, beautiful card. I hope that serves you tonight. So let me know how that feels. So we've got next one is okay, so Amber says, thanks so much. All right, I'm going to refresh it again because I am not seeing any more comments. Okay, lovely ladies. I believe that is it from all of you. I really can't see any more requests for readings, but what I'd love to say again is, if you would like to have free downloads of the 7 Habits to Happiness and a guided affirmation to become the woman of your dreams, click on the link above. And I will send that through to you very, very soon. What I'm going to do now as I close is I'm going to actually pull out a card from one of my beautiful cards called the Shaman's Dream. So this card here is all about life purpose. And so I'm going to pull one out for everyone as a collective energy. Because we are nearing end of financial year. So it's technically, in a way, it's ending a season of the financial year. So if you're a business owner, that's very relevant for you. But even if you're an employee, there's still that, seasonal closure. And so we kind of like tend to review, half year review, how are we going halfway through 2021? So let's just pull out a card as a collective energy for everyone on life purpose from these Shaman's Dream Oracle cards. And there's one that's jumping out, and that is, whoa, oh my goodness, how fancy that. So I'm talking about, you know, closures and seasonal changes and halfway mark reviews and closing doors is coming up, completion. So this card is about reminder that whatever has passed, and you need to be complete before you can begin anything. And the completion is always going to be your job. The closure is always going to be your job. So it's about, this is so timely and appropriate. It's full, as I say again, it's full moon today or tomorrow, Sydney time, 4:30 in the morning. It is the best appropriate time this weekend to do a journaling of who do you need to forgive, and so you can be more free, whether that's yourself or other people. Because to complete something, to close a door, you have to, to begin something new, you have to be complete. Otherwise, it's not really a beginning, it's just another diversion. So a fresh start, a real good start that you really set and focused, and you are, your energy is whole, and you've got that vibration of mind and heart coherence that I was talking about earlier. For that to be there, fundamentally, you've got to be complete. And completion is about letting go. It's about forgiveness. It's about knowing that what's happened has happened, and you now look forward to how things can be different, what you can do more of, less of, or better than. So what a beautiful ending. So thank you, ladies, for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate your company. I love being here on Sunday nights, usually, and also whenever I can fill in for anyone, because as we talk about these divinities and just these messages from these energy cards, we open that window to our higher selves. We affirm ourselves and we become more self-aware. And there's a higher, I don't know, probability, if you will, of meeting our higher self sooner rather than later. So I hope to see your requests for your free downloads. And I will say goodbye now. I will see you on Sunday night, 7:15 p.m. on the Atomic Self-Love Project. Bye.